Hey everyone, Christina here. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to build trust online as a mental health care provider on a platform that could be mentally unhealthy to those who need healing. Let's go. So to start off, we know that social media is a really great marketing tool. And it has its pros and it has its cons. And I understand as a mental health care provider that showing up on social media is the way to go because that's where people who have a mental illness would mostly hang out. It's not the healthiest place to be when you're mentally not well, but as a mental health care provider, you can definitely bring joy to them. So yes, and I'm telling you again that the social media platforms can be a positive and a negative thing. But people on there are all strangers, and people don't buy from strangers. So for you as a mental health care provider, you want to ensure that you're creating content that's, comforting and empathetic and that it's consistent with its energy as well as message. Because then these people that are strangers will convert into people that are loyal fans of you and would mostly buy from you afterwards after they trust you. So when you consistently keep creating content that's empathetic, that's comforting, that's very informative, that's very supportive, that's also very understanding and compassionate, then they're going to definitely keep following you because they love what you're doing. So yes, I understand that, sometimes being a mental health professional, you probably don't really want to be on social media because it is a mental health draining platform. But on the flip side of things, because you have that ability to be empathetic and be a really good healer, you can definitely be on there and continue to inspire and shift mindsets, encourage people to take a break from social media and then come back with a really good mindset. And in terms of being consistent on showing up online, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc., don't just show up with just text. Show up consistently via your face, via your voice, and via your text as well. The more you showcase your face, the more trust that people will build with you. And that's really key. I understand that some people can be insecure about how they look, and insecure about showing up online because of other fears as a mental health professional. It is okay. But the text side of things, it does work, but I feel that if you show up as a human for another human, I think they would feel so much more connected to you because then they can feel your energy and they can see that you're willing to help and that they are looking to you now for answers, or they'll reach out to you for help because they know that they can trust you and that you're active all the time because you're always there online for them. And they'll be the first to think about your name when they need help. A lot of people really like behind the scenes of things. So maybe what you do is, as a mental health professional, some other people that are looking for healing, that are healing seekers, they kind of are curious to see how, a mental health professional lives out their day. How do they deal with their mental stresses, or how do they deal with, really huge events that are happening in their lives. How do they manage that? And the behind the scenes is a great thing to showcase. Showcasing maybe your morning routine or showcasing your night routine, maybe showcasing some of the journal prompts that you use on a daily basis to help get you thinking. Those are great examples to use because they show authenticity. They show how you deal with day-to-day things that causes a lot of complications in life. And then as a mental health professional, you show them how you spin it. And that might help to shift this healing seeker's mindset, because then they'll see, oh, I actually just need a morning routine in order to get up and feel motivated, right? Or, maybe because I'm staying up too late is because I don't know how to shut down for the day. So these nighttime routines that so-and-so is posting might actually help me out. I want to try those nighttime routines. And that's something that's really engaging, because then this person will ask questions in the post. Hey, what time do you do this at? Or, what types of essential oils do you use before you go to bed? Right? So these are things to keep in mind. Humans connect with humans, right? They want to know how others live. It's so interesting, right? Even for me, I'm always curious to observe other people's lives for some reason. I like looking at other people and showcasing how they live their lives and how they communicate with their families and friends. There's so many different ways to look at it, but for me, I like observing other people's lives and what they do on a day-to-day basis. How do they go about their 9 to 5 days? Or how do they go about preparing for really large events? There's a lot that maybe we don't know until we open up to another person and see what they're doing, right? Now, you don't have to copy them, but be inspired by what they do and see how you can add that to your life. And that's the way to provide value. Another great way to keep people engaged on your brand is to really showcase how passionate you are about your brand and about what you do and what kind of goal you have in mind and your vision, because people will be so enticed to that. They're going to be saying, yes, I love your vision. I can feel it and I want to be a part of that. And that's when they start to follow you and become a fan of you and want to contribute to you, because they want you to succeed. They want you to make your vision happen. So that's why I tell you before that having a brand strategy and a plan in place is really important before you even start building out your brand. To convert strangers into actual followers is to be really engaged in your posts and videos, really interact and be intimate with the people you're trying to attract, because people enjoy the intimacy and the very personal stories that you tell. And stories, now that I'm talking about it, a lot of people really love hearing different stories. They love when you're sharing a personal experience, because they can really acknowledge with that too, right? They can celebrate with you or resonate with you because they've been there and they can connect that way. So again, it's creating that connection with the people that you want to attract. And this is how you create an emotional response. And remember, people buy from emotional pulse. So whether it's buying, following, it's still an emotional pulse. You need to show yourself as much as possible online, because people connect with people, not with brands. People want to know the face behind the name. They want to know the name of the person. A brand is just an extension of you. So people want to know, well, who's this person behind the mask or the person behind the curtain, like Wizard of Oz? So you have to make sure that you keep that in mind when you're posting things, when you're writing things, and when you're making videos. You need to have that in the back of your mind. People connect with people, not with brands. And if you're trying to get people, do not follow the trend train. Do not do that, because it's not going to attract the right people that you're looking for, and it's going to get you off track of your strategy. Use the trend train sparingly if it aligns to your strategy. If you're falling into this boat of following every single trend, then you need to step back and dig deeper, understand yourself, understand your strengths, and understand your purpose. What are you here to do? How can you tell all of that in a story? And when you're creating content, use objects around your house. Get really creative with it. And sometimes people actually have a laugh at that. Like, you could just go bonkers. There's so many funny things you can create. Like, it just brings in some comedy, because people like to be entertained, right? So usually entertainment brings people to life, right? And they really shine through their personality and all the amazing things that really wake up somebody, right? Bring up their energy. And that causes people to follow you because, oh, I like what she's creating. She's funny. I really like how she's, taking mental health, but making it a positive psychology twist. So we're not focusing on the trauma, we're focusing on positive psychology that's going to really lift people's spirits, right? That's what is really important. Focusing on the traumas will only make things darker, and we need to bring some light into the world. So, like I said, you get creative. You have so many interesting items in this house. What can you do with it? That's up to you. So that's it, everybody. That is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in terms of how to stay positive on a platform that causes mental illness, and how you, as a mental health healer, can still provide great value and positivity through content, and how you can grow and bring traction to your social media profile and page, as well as build a community that is authentic and that you can trust. So the last thing I'm going to say is, don't be a sheep and follow the flock. Be a leader and stand out as much as possible. Get as weird as possible, because people like weird. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that this was all valuable to you, and I hope that you stick around for more of my videos. Have a good day, guys. Keep smiling. Bye.